Hi there, how are you all doing? Nice to see you here. It's almost Christmas and almost the end of 2019. So I want to share with you one of the videos that I've made for my Patreon channel. And this is a video and it's about how you can start a conga solo. Perhaps you play in a salsa band and it's your turn to make a solo. How can you start? There are of course many possibilities, and in this video I will share some of the possibilities. Um, Unfortunately, here on YouTube I cannot share the PDF files with the notations. It's not possible. But on my Patreon channel you can immediately download. It's easy, you just click the button and the download starts and you have the notation of the starting points of the solos. Of course the same is for all the other videos that I've made on Patreon. You can download the notation, it's easy. And the nice thing from Patreon is of course that I've made percussion play along tracks, so once you have studied those intros, you can try it and play along with the percussion play along tracks. Nice thing about Patreon too is there's no advertisement. You just click the video and it starts immediately. No advertisement, so that's great. Okay, I hope you have had a good year, and for me the year was good, and next year perhaps even better, because in January I will go for 4 weeks to Cuba, travel around and study, and perhaps the things that I will see or learn I will put it in a new book. And anyway, the rhythms that I see I will share on Patreon again. And I wish you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I hope to see you next year, perhaps on my Patreon channel. Bye bye!
Hi there, my name is Michael de Miranda. Welcome to this lesson about solos. How to start a solo. How can you open up a solo? You are playing a rhythm in salsa, and then it's your turn for the solo, or your part that you have a solo. How can you start? There are many ways, and you can start with a roll. You can immediately grab the attention of the complete audience by I always like to start a little bit smaller, because if I show my virtuosity and my speed and the difficult things in the first part, then the tension is already there, and then you have to start and it will only go down. This most of the time I start small. There are different ways to come from a rhythm into the solo. The first thing what you can do is, for instance, is you start playing the rhythm and there's a variation. It's like this. This variation. You can make a slap before, so you have. And from this variation I start my solo. So I play the same, I play in a slow tempo. I play the rhythm. Then I'm into my solo with this. Everything between the beats. So you have this variation, this. So normally you play 2 open tones, but now I play 1 slap and an open tone. Then palm fingers again. So and then from there I can go away from the rhythm and start building up my solo. And also with this extra slap, not palm fingers but palm slap. And you think, well, it's pretty simple. It is pretty simple, but you can build up the energy and it's not already at the top of the solo. And it's a little bit, how can you say this? I don't know the English word, like a secret. You start, but very small, and you build up, chuck, 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 chuck. And when you play this faster, it has power. It already has power. So when you play, boom, and you're off. And from there on, you can go to the repertoire of solos that you have. Yeah. So this is one way. Another way is also a variation. It starts actually with a bass, then palm fingers muffle, then a slap, again palm fingers, open, again palm fingers, and then you go to the tumba. So you play. So you have the rhythm. The nice thing is that the right hand is still on the beat and it's not far away. It's not directly very complicated. And the left hand you have to practice that you can play fast this. So for instance, when you do this 2 times, but then you change, you will, for instance, I will leave out the tumba and I will play 3 things. So first I will play. So the beat is most of the time in 4 and then I divide it in 3. So it brings more tension. And in a faster tempo, it sounds pretty excited. So if you play like, and you go away, you start your solo. So this is also a way that you are staying close to the rhythm and then you start poink, building up. Another way is, for instance, in the last lesson about flams, I explained, I showed you a variation that is often played in salsa. This variation. This variation. You can also start with this variation and repeat it, and then you start your solo. So for instance, and then you can go everywhere you want, or most of the players, they have a repertoire of things, techniques and solos that they can always play wherever they are at whatever time You can wake them up in the middle of the night and you say, poink, here's your solo. And from the bed you can pop, pop, pop. You play your repertoire. So this is also an example because this is actually in the rhythm. You can go wherever you want. So these are 3 examples that are not far away from the basic rhythm, and then you can go to your solo. I like these things more because I don't like it, for instance, to immediately start with difficult things or virtuous things like without an announcement. It's like I can also start make solos like this. And go ping. But it's like it's not the top, but it's already somewhere at this level. And if you have only this part that you can play above, you start here. I like to start here, under, and build up more tension, more virtuosity, more boom, boom, boom. Because if I start already there, most of the time it will go down in tension and you will lose the audience or the inspiration. So I like to start small, but it's personal. It's very personal. And then build up. So I hope you can use one of these 3 examples and just practice this. I have a percussion play along track with Son Montuno, and perhaps Son Montuno is too fast to practice, but if you have those examples, you master it, you can practice with these percussion play along tracks. There's also already a track with Guajira, and Guajira is very slow, and this here you can practice in a slow tempo. And so on, or this other one. You can practice this with this Guajira track, and it's a slow tempo, but you have control over the beat and it's not too fast. Okay, I wish you good luck, and in other lessons I will show you more tricks that you can use in solos. See you next time. Bye bye.